वाणी कृष्ण शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य तारिणी। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद की जय। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna, dear devotees. So we'll continue reading. Next, the Lord explained the word guna. In the Atmaram verse, guna indicates the unlimited transcendental qualities of Krishna, primarily those pertaining to his Satchidananda form. In his transcendental blissful knowledge and eternity, he is fully perfect, and his perfection is increased when he is controlled by the attention of his devotee. God is so kind and merciful that he gives himself in exchange for the devotional service of the devotee. His transcendental qualities are such that his perfect beauty, his perfect reciprocation of love between himself and his devotees, and the fragrance of his transcendental qualities attract different kinds of transcendentalists and liberated souls. So, Krishna's uh, the bodily fragrance that is transcendental. Krishna's body is transcendental. Krishna has this perfect reciprocation, ways of reciprocating with each and every devotee. Then Krishna's beauty is perfect. So such are Krishna's transcendental qualities that anybody, even if somebody just gets the fragrance of Krishna's transcendental body, even they become attracted to Krishna and they engage in devotional service. So they're just like the four Kumars when they were born out of Lord Brahma's meditation. At that time, Lord Brahma wanted them to create progeny, but they were already in the transcendent. They were already um, they were Atmaram. They were already liberated, and they did not want to get entangled in this material worldly activities. Therefore, they said that we don't want to get engaged in all these creation and progeny and all those things. But they since they were gyanis, they wanted to see what is beyond. So therefore, and they were already in the Brahma Jyoti Gyan. So they wanted to see what is beyond, and therefore they started going in the beyond the Brahma Jyoti, beyond the Brahmalok, where they were created. When they went beyond the Brahmalok, they saw different other Vaikuntha planets, and there, when they entered the Vaikuntha planets, they started getting a very transcendental divine fragrance, and they were so attracted by that fragrance that they started following the path of the fragrance, and they reached the door of Lord Vishnu. And that's when the whole episode happens. How Jay and Vijay were given the curse to come down in the earthly planet, and how uh, they come as Hiranyaksh and Hiranyakashipu, and then they come as um, Jagai and Madhai also in our Kali Yuga. So, anyhow, like that. So, where were we? Yes. For example, Krishna attracted the mind of Sanak and the other Kumars, Chatush Kumar, simply by the aroma emanating from the flowers offered to him. And he attracted the mind of Shukdev Goswami by his transcendental pastimes. The minds of the damsels of Vrindavan were attracted by his personal beauty. Rukmani's attention was attracted by Krishna's bodily features and his transcendental qualities. Rukmini had never seen Krishna, but he had only heard about Krishna's bodily features, how beautiful he is, and about his qualities, what are his qualities. So, like that, different devotees get attracted by Krishna's different bodily features, perfect beauty, perfect way of reciprocating with the devotees, perfect uh, transcendental fragrance of his body. Everything is perfect and everything is transcendental and everything is um, beyond our conception, material conception. So Rukmini's attention was attracted by the bodily features of Krishna and the transcendental qualities of Krishna. And the mind of the goddess of fortune, Lakshmi Devi, was attracted by Krishna's flute playing. Lakshmi Devi is the wife of Lord Vishnu. Vishnu is not different from Krishna, but still Lakshmi Devi was attracted by her husband only, but in the form of flute playing Krishna. Same Krishna is Vishnu, but because the gun, the Satchidananda form of Lord Krishna, is way more attractive. Everything about this Satchidananda form is so transcendental and so attractive that Mother Lakshmi, goddess of fortune, was attracted by Krishna's flute playing and other transcendental features. In this way, Lord Krishna attracts the minds of all the young girls. He also attracts the minds of elderly ladies by his childlike activities and the minds of his friends by his friendly activities. When he appeared in Vrindavan, he even attracted the birds, beasts, trees, and plants. When Krishna would enter the forests of Vrindavan, all the trees would start trembling out of so much attraction, love for Krishna. The trees would start giving shade so that Krishna would sit there and rest there. The beasts, the deers, and all the animals, they would come and nicely make nice sweet sounds to please Krishna. The birds were also attracted. Plants were attracted. The grass would become more softer so that the soft lotus feet of the Lord does not get hurt. So everybody is serving Krishna in this way, out of love and out of transcendental attraction. Indeed, everyone became attracted in love and affection for Krishna. The word Hari has different meanings, of which two are principal. Two meanings of Hari are most important. The name Hari indicates that Krishna takes away all the inauspicious things from the devotee's life and that he attracts the mind of the devotee by awarding him transcendental love of Godhead. So, Hari means Krishna takes away all our inauspicious things from the devotee's life. Hari, he also attracts, takes over the mind. He also attracts the mind of the devotee by awarding him transcendental love of Godhead. Krishna is so attractive that anyone who can somehow or other remember him. Please give me one moment. Yes. So Krishna is so attractive that anyone who can somehow or other remember him becomes freed from the four kinds of material miseries. Just by remembering Krishna, one becomes free from the four kinds of material miseries. The Lord gives special attention to his devotee and banishes the devotee's various sinful activities. Whatever sinful activities a devotee may have done previously in the past or by mistake, even while they are in devotional practice, the Lord banishes all of those. The Lord gives special attention to his devotees. Oh, this is my devotee. So the planning is done by Krishna. Now, this time, okay, my devotee, oh, this problem is coming. No, 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 no. For my devotee, let me put a barricade there. This can happen to other people, but not for my devotee. So, like that. Which are stumbling blocks for the advancement of devotional service. So, anything which is a stumbling block for the devotee's advancement, Krishna removes those things. This is called routing the influence of ignorance. This is called routing the influence of ignorance. What a beautiful sentence this is. So we have ignorance, therefore there will be influence of ignorance. But Krishna, because he pays special attention to his devotees, what he does? He changes the route and the influence of ignorance, rerouting, GPS routing. He reroutes the influence of ignorance on his devotees. Simply by hearing about Krishna, one develops love for Lord Krishna. That is the gift of the Supreme Lord Krishna. Just by hearing about him. On one side, he takes away inauspicious things, and on the other side, he awards the most auspicious things. That is the meaning of Hari. So let us remember what is the meaning of Hari. On one side, he takes away all the inauspicious things, and on the other side, he awards the most auspicious things. That is meaning of Hari. When a person is developed in love of Godhead, his mind, body, and everything else are attracted by the transcendental qualities of the Supreme Lord. Such is the power of Krishna's merciful activities and transcendental qualities. He is so attractive. Krishna is so attractive that out of transcendental attachment to Lord Krishna, a devotee will give up all the four principles of material success. There are four principles of material success. Purushartha, Chatur Purushartha. So there is Dharma, Artha, Kam, Moksha. These are principles of material success: religiosity, economic development, regulated sense gratification, and salvation. But when a devotee is attracted to Krishna in transcendental attachment, devotee is not bothered about all these things. What religion? What economic development? What sense gratification? What regulated also? We don't want all that sense gratification. And moksha, salvation, who cares about it? The devotee is not attracted by all these four things. The words api and cha are adverbs and can be used for virtually any purpose. The word cha or and can render 7 different meanings to the whole construction. So it has to be as per the context, contextual use. We'll pause here. Krishna willing, we'll continue reading from here again. Okay, tomorrow we are. I'm not available for next 3 days. I think until 20th. So once I'm back, we'll continue reading our uh, teachings of Lord Chaitanya book. So please keep us in your prayers. And please continue uh, reading by yourself, and then when we meet, we'll continue reading together. Thank you very much for your very wonderful association. Vancha kalpatrubhyascha kripa sindhudevacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। श्री श्रीमद शिला जय बतारा स्वामी गुरु महाराज की जय। जगत गुरु श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल।
गुरुनामाई माता जी की जय। हरि हरि बोल।
All glories to
Very
Sri Guru
good.
and Gauranga.